Okay, Autominers. We got Autominers now in the last, I think it was 4.0 or something, update. And they allow you to, obviously, automine. Find a deposit and set up the Autominer and let it run. So, basically what you do is, you fly around, you start seeing these little things pop up. You drop down, what I like to do is look around, get as close as you can to it with the little numbers right here in the center. And you just feel around, 19.2, 18, whatever gets you closest to 0. No. You know, around right here where this guy has his. And, oh, surprisingly enough, that's mine. Oh, yeah, the old one. Anyway, I set this up a while ago. Let me move the ship over here so we can see a little better. Alright. Okay, so I set this up a while ago, and got as close as I could to the 0 point, filled it with stuff. It'll tell you how much it's gonna, the quality of the source, and then how much you should get per hour. So I put in what you do. So I got quite a bit out, about 3,000 iron, which is a little over 3,000 iron, which is great. So this is basically the new way. Once you get your startup vessel and get your skill up high enough to make a tier 3 miner, what you do is you just go down, let me pick this up quick, go down, find the closest spot to 0, around 5.7, equip it to your hotbar here, go down, and then you try to get it right on that mark, drop it. If someone else is nearby and they're on the hot spot, just get as close as you can to them, and then you fill it with energy and it kicks on. It uses that first one up right away to get it started. So I like to just go ahead and fill it up to get the maximum amount out of it. And after a while, you know, you can see the next one comes in 3, 2, 1. And then you got 1 ore. So every 15 seconds it produces 1. Total operation time, 14 hours. Now, pretty sure it's not a full 14, but it might be, I don't know. It's just because I felt like I had a few run out last night without 14 hours elapsing, but whatever. So, and then if you want to stop it, I really don't know how. I'll just go ahead, take it back, Shift F, pick up what's left in there, boom, and then you're on your way. And what I discovered is, so far, like, after you put a few on, let's say, you know, your copper, your neodymium, all that fun stuff, you won't need much more of that. Like, one night you'll have thousands, and if you're a solo player, you won't need much more than that to get yourself a bigger capital vessel and move it on to an area where you can do bigger things. So what I suggest is start off just getting a whole bunch, you know, get a different spectrum of resources, and then basically the primary resources you're going to need are iron and promethium. So I switched everything to iron and promethium pretty much exclusively because I have more copper and silicon and all that junk than I know what to do with. So what I recommend is going for those first, get a good stockpile, and then just basically picking them all up and going straight just for iron and promethium. And then you can keep your ships well supplied with fuel, and you have enough iron because that's the highest amount for other blueprints of resources you're going to need. So you have plenty of iron to go around and get yourself going. Now, another thing I learned which made my life a whole lot simpler is, at first I got down and I was shopping around a lot trying to find the best output resource. In the beginning that's kind of important, but like later on I just find it a lot more efficient to just cluster them into one zone. So I would, like, before I'd have one here, one down over here, and just all over the damn place. It took forever to fly around, pick them all up, and find them, and all that stuff. So what I did was I picked them all up, and then I just tried to group them up, find a good cluster of resources, and just put them all right in that little cluster, so you can just go in, pick up your stuff, leave. And if this is one of your primary planets, like where you're going to put your base in the system, Which, I'm going to change the system. I'm in the starter system of Akua. I'll probably end up over here, down here, somewhere. I don't know quite yet. But, what's this blue one? I don't know what that's about. Anyway. Must be a starter planet, but I don't think it's a starter planet. Anyway. I'm in the starter sector, and I want to go where some, a little bit more action. There's some place a little more solid that I can stay and don't have to worry about wipes, because Akua gets wiped. These don't, but they're all taken up. The POIs are dead, so it's just like I'm moving on and hoping to find some live POIs, either in, or at least not so much exploited planets. Like these ones are just littered with other people's vessels and structures, and so I'm just trying to find one without all that riffraff. But basically, when you find a planet where you're going to make your home base and home area, I try to use the planets around that are in the closest vicinity, or like the moons, and pretty much within 1 or 2 planets you can have what you need for resources to continuously keep pumping them out with your Autominers. So I just set up base, and then you can easily just fly to them, pick them up, and go refuel them, and then fly away onto your adventures. And so I highly recommend going about that route. That's what I'm about to do. I'm right now currently was picking up everything in order to move to one of these other systems, and then plop down base, and then find all my resource outputs, put one on each one, maybe 2 on, like do 2 of iron and 2 of promethium, but everything else have 1, so I have a constant steady stream of resources coming in on everything, and then basically go. I'm also going to drop some off on the fire planets, and to get that Estrum, I forgot how to say it, and the Zirconium, but those are the 2 rare ores to find. But I'm sure you can just put a couple of these down, just fly down, drop them, and get out of there before something happens. The gravity's heavy, ships die. It's just, they're always a pain on those fire planets, lava planets, and the wildlife there is quite wild. Very scary stuff. But anyway, Autominers, try to get as close as you can to the hotspot. Get a tier 3 as soon as you can. And if you can't, do a tier 1, tier 2, whatever you can, just get those Autominers going. But I don't know if it's even worth it for the 1 or 2. I just skipped right ahead and got the tier 3 because I was just mining old school style with one of these and just making it happen. But leveled up pretty quick, so I got these going. And after that, it's just been only 2 days, and I'm like I'm cakewalking. I got all kinds of blueprints that I'm about to build, and then I got a few already pre-made easily enough, just trying these out. Backup grocery getter. This is the grocery getter, a little more amped up. I'm going to save this one too, just because it has a few more things, a few more lights, easier to see when you drop down, a few more fridges, fun stuff. We'll talk about that more later. Alright, but Autominers, get as close as you can. Try to cluster, or choose the right planet nearby your base, and try to cluster them up on the planet so it's just more efficient of gathering those resources you mine. Alright.